Wait, stop the music! Hold it! Hold it! Stop the music!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Can I please have your attention?
It's showtime. Are you ready? Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, let's go.
All right, happy Fake Monday. How you doing? Did you guys have yesterday off? I guess if you work for yourself, you really never have a day off, right? So today's Fake Monday for me, and I'm celebrating it with a big smile. I actually even went and stopped and got a Starbucks. So I'd love to know from you, do you fuel with caffeine or do you start your day decaffeinated? It was a really early morning for me. I actually had a meeting even before I had to take my kid to school today. And anyhow, I guess it was kind of cool because it gave me a chance to really jumpstart my day and get things flowing. So I stopped on the way back and I picked myself up a little adult treat from Starbucks. But yeah, so if you're joining me live, let me know that you're here with me live. And let me know, have you had your morning coffee? Or if you're not a coffee person, what is your drink of choice in the morning? So listen, this past weekend, I had a chance to go putz around with the groove funnels a little bit. And over the weekend, I ended up putzing around. I felt like Shrek at first when I was starting. This is what I felt like. It was a little bit of torture. Whenever you're learning anything new, it feels like torture. But I ended up, I put on my little butterfly crown and I said, let's go do this thing. So I started putzing with the software a little bit. And, you know, like with anything, there's always a little bit of a learning curve. But after getting down some of the basics and understanding sort of how those software engineers that design that, their mindset, I was able to get a little bit further in creating my new website. So I thought that I would show you just some of the basics of setting up a website in Groove Funnels. And, you know, there's 18 different softwares that are bundled together in this Groove Funnels package that they have. And, you know, how do you eat an elephant? Do you know how you eat an elephant? Have you heard this? It's bite by bite. So, hey, Bernie, there's a flash from the past. How are you? Haven't seen you in a very long time. I hope you're doing well. So I'm getting ready to share a little bit on this software that I started using last week. And they're actually running a promotion for a free account if you sign up by midnight tonight. They've been running it for a while, but I just found out about it. So ordinarily, or after the 22nd, if you sign up, it's $99 a month. But if you sign up before the 22nd, it's free. So to me, that was, you know, like a no-brainer. I ended up signing up for the free account. But then when I saw all the value, I actually did migrate up to their lifetime Pro feature because it has a lot of the things that I normally use. And in the past, or in the moment that I am pivoting from, I would say on average, our software expenses are about $1,000 a month. And with this package that they had, anyhow, with the lifetime, it's like within, equal to 2 months, it's paid off for lifetime with unlimited updates, everything. So I want to share this with you so you have a chance to jump in and go grab your free account. You'll see in the description, I did include a link. And if you want to use that, that's great. And it's a great way of even supporting me because they do have a wonderful affiliate program. Now, traditionally, I've never been an affiliate person. Most of the marketing that I've done has been through clients that have hired me, or they've been sponsors of different projects or content that we're creating. So this is a new endeavor, but it seems like it could be a good possibility. And that's how we all learn and grow with our businesses, seeking other opportunities, finding the latest tools, revising our cost point. And this is no different than for many, many years, this has happened with technology. Like, for instance, think about how much a landline used to cost like 20 years ago. And one of the big features that they had, well, this might be going back more like 25, 30 years ago, but they'd have unlimited calling, and then everybody was switching over to that other phone carrier. And it seemed like deals that were too good to be true. Now, this is one of the benefits of living in a true free market. We're not quite there, but in this case, living in a free market where you're seeing businesses compete against each other, bringing out the opportunity for excellence in technology, innovation, and the way that we operate. And right now, I do see a lot of, we'll call it internal rivalry between ClickFunnels, who I have been with for 4 years, and GrooveFunnels. And anyhow, so to not go off anymore, I thought I'd jump in really quick and then show you like the basic tutorial so you can get an idea of what it's like. If you go sign up for the account, you'll have at first a screen that pops up that is just a member screen like this. Let me see if I can zoom out really quick. Oh, no, not so much. But this is the thing. A lot of people have had a hard time finding this little, hold on one second. See if I can pull it out. This little section where it says the login. So if you're on your mobile device or your laptop and you have your window shrunk, make sure that you expand your window all the way so that you can see this member login right there. So it'll just make it real simple, member login. Okay, so when you log in, you're going to see this main screen. And I'm going to expand my window a little bit so you can see right here. Okay, so on the left-hand side, this sort of becomes like your navigation of all the different features that are in GrooveFunnels. So if you go up to this G in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see it drops down a menu to show all the different types of software that they have included. So today I'm going to just get in a little bit into like the website component, which also ties into funnels, but we'll just do one little bite nugget at a time, okay? Because it's an elephant. But it does have options for creating funnels, which is great for lead magnets, growing your list, promoting your things, your online sale, or online stores can be upgraded to that. Also, this is an excellent software for tracking affiliate commissions that you may have. So independent manufacturers reps, this is excellent for you. This is a good way for you to, one, collect affiliate commissions from GrooveFunnels, but also for you to structure your own business in there to pay out commissions and manage it. They also have a membership area, a place for funnels, for your blog, for your shopping cart, hosting webinars, also the ability to get into some really cool mobile apps, and Pro Copy, I haven't gotten into that yet. But all of these things combined can be a huge savings. So in my case, I have 3 different full force websites. Including ClickFunnels and on WordPress. I'm going to be able to eliminate those. and so many other things. But before we start going in all the features and stuff, let me dig in really quick, and I'm going to show you some of the basics on getting your website set up. So literally, if you went and signed up today for your GrooveFunnels account, you could have a website up and running in less than an hour. Super easy. Don't have to sweat it, right? So, all right, here we go. We're digging in. Whoop, this one. Let's go over here. Let's get the right screen, Liz. Okay, so if you want to start your website, all you do, go over to that main page and then click on the GrooveFunnels website. Over here on the sort of upper right corner, you'll see the red dot that says new site. If you click on that, it's going to auto-generate all of these different templates that you can use for your website design. You do also have the option to, oops, I lost that. You do have the option to also get into customizing your own website if you want to just start from scratch. But sometimes it can just be easier if you just, I don't know why this is giving me a hard time. It can be easier if you start with a template and then just make adjustments as you need it. So in this case, let me just show you this drop down really quick. So if you go over to the left side, you'll see a drop down menu. You can select the type of website you might be looking for, and they have a pretty huge variety in each of these categories. One of the things that I thought was especially neat about GrooveFunnels is it is incredibly easy to extract pieces of one of the templates and merge them with another so you can create something unique, taking a little bit of different forms from each of them to create what it is that you're looking for. So this gives you an idea of some of the ones that you could be looking at. For instance, a landing page. Let's say you just wanted to collect some emails, outline your small business. So you just go through and you highlight which ones you want, and then it'll calculate it. So this is sort of what I started working on over the weekend. Number one, a lead magnet for tips on online events. And then this is sort of the new website that I'm working on. And I started off with a template. And I'm going to just show you some of the basics. So if you go sign up for the account, you can dig in right away because you'll understand a little bit on how to navigate the software in GrooveFunnels. When I look at it, I can see like the software engineers have, almost like that database frame of mind in the way that they structured this. So everything is sort of separated into what I would call two main parts. Almost one section that becomes the structure of your website, which is over here on the left-hand side. And that could be including defining a space on your website that you want to do particular things. And then on the right side, you'll see in a minute, it gets into being able to structure some of the functionality of that block. So for instance, let me scroll here. Like I said, this was just a basic template that I started with and then added all this stuff. So this whole section that you'll see that is in red is a block. And in a block, you can do things like have multiple columns so that you could have, certain sections of content on your website. In this case, I just did one big block with a photo is what I have in there. Now, one thing that I wish I would have known at the beginning when I was first trying to figure this out, like that first couple hours, is on the bottom left hand, or on the bottom, you'll see what they call crumbs. So here it says body, and then it says block, and then if I get into, watch when I click on text, see how it added on container, and then in the container it had text. Now this is especially helpful when you're trying to get to specific spots on that website that you wanna update. So let me just go through really quick. and give you sort of, a bird's eye view. And then hopefully you can go and play with this yourself and get your website up and going. All right, so getting into, like, if you get your template going, on the left-hand side, you'll see 4 blocks together. That's the block section. And in that, you have all sorts of different types of blocks that you can use. So if you wanted to do like a checkout, and it has all of these pre-populated, so you can literally just like grab it and drag it right into where you want on your website. I don't want that on mine. A contact page, and all of these are easily editable. All you have to do is drop it in there and then click on that specific container and make your edits. But things like your countdown timers, and you can change the fonts, the colors, all of that, but it's sort of, breaking it down to what are all the pieces that you want to have on each page on your website. Now, for me, what I'm doing is keeping my website very clean and having just some core sections. So let me go back over here and I'll show you really quick. At the beginning of my page, I don't want to save that, but at the beginning of my page, you'll see how I have, this block of text, and then just some of the basics, like an overview of who we serve, what do we do, what are the 3 main steps for working with us to accomplish goals, and then a couple of testimonies, and then, of course, a place for people to drop me a note if they want to set up a consultation. So super simple. Okay, so let's go. I want to go over to this next section. So in fact, let me scroll down here one second. I'm going to put in 1 block, and we will call it we'll just call it content right here. Super simple. Drag it, boom, it's done. So that's a block. Then I have the option to come in and change this text. All I have to do is click on it, and if you look at where the outside of that red box is, it's going to tell you whether or not you are clicking on the entire block that you've set up or a specific element in that block, like text, image, videos, things like that. So I can also see on the bottom where those breadcrumbs are at that I'm in the container section of that block. So if I just click on that, I can just say, this is a hello to all of you. Okay, so I have the option to just put that right in there. And then if I want to edit this, on the right hand side, as soon as I click on that set of text, if you will, the right side will have a box that pops up that allows you to control all of the different settings. So it could be updating your font, the size, the color, what type of font, or even getting into some things like adding in a background or a color. You'll see all these things, all these different choices, even being able to add animation. So if you wanted this text to, scroll in from the left or something like that, you can do that. Even some things with spacing. This is one of the ones that did confuse me for a little bit on spacing and like the layout. It's a little bit different because they have these squares on the outside. See right here? Hold on, I got my camera in the way so I can't quite see it. But it has these squares on the outside, and then you have the option to adjust that. So see how that makes the text go back and forth? So you could add a margin on the left, the right, below, above, so that you can have that buffer. Sometimes, especially when you're using a lot of text on websites, if it's too crammed together, even if, let's say that you had 2 columns of text, sometimes it can be so much text that they start to overlap, and it becomes very confusing for the person engaging with your website. So you want to be mindful that there's buffers and blocks so that the eye has the ability to distinguish each column of text or whatever it is that you're putting out. So in this case, I'm going to just close this out because I'm going to delete that. So, over on that right hand side though, you can get into doing, some other things like, making some transparency. Like if I didn't want my text to be fully bright, or I wanted to change my background so it just had that opaque kind of look, kind of shining through, that's something that you can easily do there. And then even like doing delays, like let's say that I wanted this block of text to come on maybe 1 minute after somebody's been on that page, then it can emerge. So it automatically starts triggering these things. You don't have to use HTML or know any heavy coding, anything like that. It's a very simple to use, but like all things, when it's new, you have to figure out where do all these pieces go, how do you create it smoothly will come the more that you use software. It's like anything. So do you ever have one of those moments where you're putting together a table or something, one of those IKEA pieces of furniture, and the first time you do it, you put it together, it's like, what the heck, that took me like 3 hours and it should have been 30 minutes. Right? Have you done that? I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it for sure. But then the second time that you do it, not only do you speed up, but it's also more graceful. Maybe you don't warp out your screws that you're trying to put into the desk while you're assembling it. Same thing with your website. So just be patient as you go through and you start to learn some of these new features that are available to you through GrooveFunnels. The price point is absolutely amazing. I mean, for the free account, I can't believe, I can see from a business marketing standpoint how they're doing it, but it's insane to think that they're doing all of these accounts at this level for free, but they are. So, okay, so getting back into it, I showed you really quick, like if you wanted to do this text in here, you build the block and then you drop in the text. Let's say that you hate that text and you want to get rid of it. All you do is make sure that you click on that section where the text is at. You'll see the red box goes around the text. You can also confirm you're in the right spot by looking at the bottom of your screen, and in the breadcrumb section, you'll see the word text, so you know you are in the right spot. Hover above that and you'll see 4 boxes. The third one is the trash can. Just click that, confirm delete, and then it's gone. It'll say empty container. You have the option that, again, you can go back through, highlight that, and delete it. Or you could come back over and let's say that it's a different element that you want to add into that block. So let's go back over on the left-hand side and look at elements, select that. And you'll see in here, there's multiple different things that you can pull from here, including if you want to format that block to be 1, 2, or 3 columns, you can do up to 5 columns. If you want to add in, there's so many different things, tabs and containers, even like text, you can add text, just drag it over there and drop it. And there's different styles of text, meaning like H1 would be a header, H2 would be sub, writing, so on and so forth. So those are super simple, easy click and drag. Same thing like here, if I wanted to do a paragraph of text, that's especially helpful if you're doing blogging and stuff like that. Now let's say that you make a mistake and you accidentally click that and drag it over and you don't want it there. You can delete it, or if that's your last action, go ahead and just hit that back arrow key. So boom, it's gone, right? So that way, you're still flowing. All right, so let's go back over to the elements. I want to show you a couple of the other things that are in there that are absolutely key. So bullet point list. You can even do, this is super helpful right here, being able to do an image list of listing like little thumbnails with text with it without having to go build something out. It's all formulated. That's beautiful. Also the options of adding buttons. So if you wanted this page, when you click this button, that it triggers another page or an action like download a PDF or whatever you want. Also hyperlinks. And then even things like adding in images or your video or an icon. There's so many simple things that are key to your website development. So in this case, we're going to just grab a image icon, and all I'm doing is I drop it there. Super simple so far, right? The next thing I want to do is click on that icon for that block or for that element. And if you noticed, automatically on the right hand side, there was a box that popped up to allow me to configure that image, to do the design, to do all of the details for that little element. So I'm going to click on configure. And word of caution, if you're doing this and you're kind of over in this configure area, if you don't see this image spot, scroll back up, because I've noticed on a couple of them, a couple of the elements when I'm doing it, it's at the top, and I was looking for a while, like, where did it go? It's there. You just got to sometimes scroll up. Okay, so I do have this element selected. It's in red. I can see it at the bottom of the page, and it says image. So I go over and click choose. And in here, I'm going to show you another thing. This was something small that held me up, but you click upload image. And then let's say that the file that I want to upload is GrooveFunnels website. Okay, I'm going to click that. Okay, so you can see that image populated in this window. But for me to be able to pull it into GrooveFunnels, I have to click this up arrow. They should change that or something for newbies like me, because it took me a while. Like, I'm going, why isn't it uploading? Why is it? Clunky desk from IKEA. Smoother the second time around, right? So it was me. Okay, so I've uploaded that image, and now I can see it's sort of in this preview area. So when I'm ready to actually pull it into that element that we just highlighted, all I have to do is hit select. All right, so it's there, still not in there yet. It's still in this preview. So what you have to do is at the bottom, see right here where it says update, click update, and then boom, it's there. So if I don't like this image in terms of, maybe it's too big, you can go back through. This is something else I want to show you really quick. Is let's say that I don't like this image and I want to change the aspects. I want to make it smaller. I'm going to take it down to 500, and then you'll see the height will automatically update to the appropriate size for that. So then I'm going to just click update here. So I just hit the aspect ratio for the shape of that image. And all I did was change the width, and it automatically changed the height. And then I'm going to click update, and then you're going to see that has, wait, let me hit select, come down here, and then hit update. Okay. All right, so there you go. It's a little bit smaller. And then I can do some things too to change around, like this buffer of this area on the sides with the design. So if I want to bring in a border, or I want to reduce like the spacing or increase the spacing, I have the option to do that. So let's play here for half a second and see what happens. Set margin to auto. I'm going to turn that off. And then see here, I have the ability to scooch that over. So that's left to right. But I can do the same thing with adding that margin on the top by selecting these two outer squares. We're in the spacing section right here. So just selecting that, and then taking this scroll bar and then moving it here. And then it's a little bit out of focus, but it's increasing or decreasing that width around that container, in that element. And the same thing runs true for all of the other elements. Like if I wanted to bring in a video, same concept. You do have the option to integrate. I'll show you really quick. Let's say that you wanted to bring in a YouTube video. Whoops. Let's go back over here. We'll do an empty block. I'm going to drop it right there. And then I'm going to come over here to elements. I'll scroll down to where video is at. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. All right, so I'm going to drop it there. And then I'm going to click on this section, and then it automatically popped up on the right-hand side, this blue window for me to configure that video section. So super easy. And then what you want to do, this is actually something, let me see if I can pull this up really quick, is because this is a little bit different. For the YouTube video, I think it's anything after the equal sign. I'll show you 1 second. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so let me put that on pause. Okay, so see this video that's from one of my channels. All you have to do is the end of that address, everything that's after that equal sign, just copy that part of the code, okay? And then come back over to this section, which we're back into GrooveFunnels now, and I'm just going to hit it's my YouTube video ID. I'm going to hit enter, and then I will hit update. Okay, and then see, that's it. It's there. Voila, super simple. So I haven't gotten a chance to putz yet with the GrooveFunnels video section, but I'll be doing that pretty soon. So it has a place where you can house your videos in there. But for now, this kind of gives you an idea to see, even if you're taking videos from YouTube or your Vimeo, how easily you can integrate it right into your website. Didn't take any coding. I mean, how long did it take to drop that video in there? I think it was like maybe 15 seconds. It took me longer to get my browser to pull up my video than it was to drop it into that section. But it all comes down to becoming familiar with the software so that the software can work for you. If you take advantage of this offer, this is the thing. It's absolutely free. After the 22nd, if you sign up, it's $99 a month. But if you sign up before then, you don't have to pay the $99 a month. So why wouldn't you go sign up? And that actually is what started me down this endeavor. And I will tell you, I do love ClickFunnels, but I do like some of the things that I see potentially coming out of this business, including innovation. Their loading speed for their websites is lightning fast. It's the fastest in the industry right now. And again, going back to what I said, we're sort of in that rivalry of seeing, different people in this industry that are competing. And that is a great opportunity for you and for me. So I hope that you take advantage of this, and hopefully this inspired you in some way to update some of your online presence, get it refreshed. And I'll be coming back and sharing more of the really fun features. I mean, this is just like a little teeny tiny taste, but we can get into some stuff. Oh, this is one other thing I do want to show you though before I end this video, because this I had to search for a little bit as well. So on your website, you may have multiple pages, just like I have multiple pages on my website. I have a home, the resources, and about us, and then a case study section to show some of our proof of past events and projects we've worked on. But if you click on a particular page, you'll see on the right of that button of that page, there are 3 dots. You click on those 3 dots, and then a drop-down menu will pop up, and it gives you the option to do a couple things. One, if you want to clone that page, or even hide from navigation. So if you're making this a funnel that you don't want available throughout your website, you can do that too. But the part that I want to show you is this section that's called Edit Settings. Now this is key because this gives you an option to do things like rename your section of your page. So if I didn't want this to be home, I could change it. It also gives you a chance to do some things very easily with enhancing your SEO and your meta tags, all of that right in here, getting your description and going through and doing that on each page it's a simple thing that you can do that can immediately have positive results in your marketing. So let's say that you were working in automotive, using keywords that are relative to what your audience would be searching for online is a way to enhance your description to pull clients into your website, because Google's looking at this. And then when people are searching for those keywords, if you've formulated it properly, guess what? Your website and Google are going to work for you. But that's about you, taking the time and understanding what are the language, what are the things that that are kind of sticking out. Hi, Isha. How are you? Did you sign up for the Platinum? I ended up upgrading to the Lifetime Pro, to that Platinum feature. Originally, I had no intention of transferring. I love ClickFunnels. I think Russell is a phenomenal entrepreneur. He's incredibly inspiring as far as it goes to marketing. I mean, he's the king of online marketing, right? However, I did feel lost in the shuffle, I think a lot, because we're a small agency, but a legitimate agency. I've been in business for 17 years, and part of that is being mindful of what are my expenses and what are tools that are out there that can help my business and help my clients. And ClickFunnels has helped for a very long time. But with GrooveFunnels, they packaged it where, I mean, how could you say no? Number one, I don't know why people aren't signing up for free accounts. I think we had, last week I promoted it. I could see there was like over 300 people that had visited. And of those 300 people, I think like 40 or something like that signed up for a free account, and then just a couple signed up for the paid account, which I can understand maybe not doing the paid account, even though they had it broken out painful or options, but it's free. It's free. And after tonight at midnight, it's $99 a month. But if you sign up before that, it's free. So in my case, Isha, going back to your original question, I ended up signing up for it. And this is the reason why. I putzed around with a little bit, looking at the software. And literally in 2 months, that is what we spend on software. 2 months. So my thought was, I mean, this is a lifetime. So it was, I think, $19.97 for unlimited lifetime, including updates. And I know that this is just because of the market is competing with each other. I get it. But I'm going to take advantage of that opportunity, and especially since it's a solid product. And, I just happen to be hopeful and willing to try it. And I don't think it's any more clunky than ClickFunnels. In fact, in some ways, I think that there's a lot of functionality that ClickFunnels could learn from. And I understand they're getting ready to do the 2.0. That's super cool. I can't wait. But for me, financially, was huge reason. One of the other things for me, because again, I'm a small agency, a very small agency, but one of the other deciding factors is everything was integrated into it. I don't have to do this duct tape, pull this in, pull that in, and codes not blending together, and then trying to hire somebody who, that can cost you $2,000 just to get somebody to come in and figure out why those two pieces aren't fitting together. And unfortunately, with ClickFunnels, one of, I think, their downsides is they didn't have a help desk. They didn't have anybody that you can call. And for the price point that we pay, I think it was ridiculous, because I even have a help desk that I can call for GoDaddy, and I pay a teeny fraction to GoDaddy compared to what I paid to ClickFunnels. And I thought that was infuriating. And right now, a lot of the digital marketing companies have gotten away with that. It might carry on for a while, but eventually This is where there's a benefit of free market. There will be people like GrooveFunnels that step up and say, look, we're going to give you customer service. We're going to give you these things. We're not going to constantly try to just sell you more stuff. We're going to instead try to educate you and give you the tools to be successful, because when we're successful, they're successful, right? It makes sense. So that's sort of where I'm at with it. So yes, I did sign up for the lifetime, and I'm very happy I did that. I'm considering doing the upgrade too. I like having everything together because I have a hard time staying organized. Me too. And did you see this part? Let me go back to, hold on one second. My neighbors are doing construction, so you guys might hear a lot of noise out there. But let me show you this really quick too, because I don't know if you saw this. This is one of the things that I loved about it, Isha, is on the page, or when you log in at the top, usually like there's this little G GrooveFunnels thing. Where's it at? Okay, doesn't matter. But it automatically drops down all the features there. Your pages for like your website, your funnels, your storefront, your affiliate members, everything's all right there. And they do have ways for you to pull in different widgets and things like that. And I just canceled my active campaign subscription. I'm going to start navigating it through there. But all of that stuff, it takes time. And this past weekend, what I was focused on is, okay, let me see, can I really easily get a website up and running without having to pull anybody else in? Is it doable? It was doable for sure. So, and I've honestly lost track of how much I'm actually paying. I know it hurts my head. It hurts my head. And I was talking to another fellow business owner that I know that she just deals with, the offline world. But when I was telling her how much, I pay for all my software, she was like, you got to be kidding me. And I told her no, but, there's advantages to it, because I might be paying a lot in software, but it's oftentimes like having another human or two humans working on things, whether it's through messaging, getting back to things, structuring, email sequence, so many other stuff that, like in the 90s, we would have, been manually entering it and making phone calls. So the automation definitely, I think, can be, advantageous to people offline and online. But business owners that are working online are very well of how expensive software can be. But that becomes, how do you fuel your company? And you've got to be wise about it. One thing that I see, and this probably makes me a horrible salesperson, but, I'm going to be true to myself, which is, giving advice to entrepreneurs, especially first starting off, is taking it little bit by little bit, or as I said before, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So when you're first starting a business, maybe you're starting off with a free blog or something. In this case, the whole package, it's free. So not signing up is, you're being negligent to your business. But, eventually, as you start scaling your business, you're going to find out that you need different tools. You're going to need different support, people to come in and take off some of the workload, or different people that have knowledge that you need to be able to accomplish the things that you want. But taking it, you can't eat the whole elephant in one bite. You have to break it down into little size bites. And that's how you prevent overwhelm, burnout, stress, anxiety, panic attacks, right? So, taking the time to learn things and doing it gracefully can make the whole experience just so much better. And that's what I was doing this weekend. So I wanted to come on and share that with you. I might come on one more time tonight to give a little bit of an overview of how simple it is to use this software, but I really was blown away, and I give it a great big thumbs up. Definitely. I mean, the free account, phenomenal. But the platinum membership or lifetime membership, I don't know what they're calling it. To me, yeah, it's definitely worth it. So this is going to be available until tonight, midnight. I think you said that they were going to do Pacific time. So If you got a project coming up, if you have marketing, if you're launching your business, even if you have the idea of you're thinking that you're going to launch your business, sign up for your account, park it, but have it in place so that you can continue to get it for free. And then even with some of the other organizations like nonprofits, many are not utilizing the power of digital marketing. You may be sitting there and doing your email list, but are you just throwing out a constant contact email list? Or are you allowing the power of automation and marketing to really revolutionize how you function digitally? You hear time and time again how people are creating these awesome campaigns, and maybe you didn't know before how they were doing it. It was through tools like this, through Groove Funnels. But often there were things that had to be duct taped together to create something, that was functional, So, all right, well, that's all that I have for you today. I hope that you do take the time to give your business some love and attention, whether it's through things like Groove Funnels or working on your live stream. But each day, take an area of your business that you want to improve. And even if you can only work on it for 1 hour, go do that. And over the course of 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, you will see results that help you skyrocket your business and do it in a stress-free kind of way. So I'm wishing you lots of goodness today. And in the meantime, be good, be happy, and most definitely be blessed. All right, you guys, take care. We'll see you.